Hey everybody, KMO here with another Out of My Head video, and you'd think this would be a question for spawning pleasant fantasies, but it's had the opposite effect on me, unfortunately. I thought it was a great question when I read it. David asks, do you have a bucket list, a list of experiences you wish to have before kicking the proverbial bucket? I don't, and I'm older. Well, I've wanted to go to Nepal since I was in my 20s. I'd like to walk one of those pilgrimage routes in France and or Spain. You know, one of these things where you get up and you walk for a few hours and then you arrive at some new place, arriving on foot, getting settled in, having a nice dinner with your traveling companions, meeting and talking with new people and getting up and doing it all over again the next day. I mean, I'd like to do several types of slow travel. I'd like to, all the things that I think of, I don't think they're proper bucket list items because they're really just things that I wish were better about my life. Like, I have dental work that I just live in fear of this recurring root canal infection. I just want to be able to get my teeth fixed, I'd like to be able to get my eyes fixed. I'd like to be able to just experience the full use of my body. I would like to not have to worry about, fulfilling financial obligations. I would like to have just enough money to, just to take care of stuff. I would like to have a working vehicle. I would like to be able to see my kids more often. The things that are really dissatisfying about me are just about my life are just, the things that I do for money are things that I would think that I would enjoy, podcasts, comics, but I do all of this stuff in solitude, and it's just an effort to make things, just to get myself into gear to start working on stuff. And the distractions, the things that are just easier to do than the productive stuff, like playing video games, they're shitty video games. It's an easier thing to do in the moment than getting my game face on and getting down to work. So, better distractions would be nice, but I know that's kind of an automatic thing. That's coming. I don't have to do anything to make that happen. But primarily, I think my dissatisfaction with my life is just my solitary work situation. I would like to, work with a group of people collaborating creatively on a project and then get paid for it in such a way that, tax time isn't just this horrible just shadow hanging over me all the time, that's just taken care of. Like, people with jobs, they just don't have to worry about it. It just gets taken out of their pay, and they still have enough to pay rent and buy groceries. And, if they have kids, see their kids. I can't fixate on the bucket list items because, they all just seem to presuppose that my life is working, and that these are like icing on the cake. Whereas I wouldn't really want to go hike the Himalayas right now because I know that, I just can't. My life requires constant maintenance and tending to stuff, and it would just all go to shit. It would all fall apart if I were to, disengage with it for a week, and I can't do that. So, the whole bucket list thing just assumes that one's life is adequate to start with, and mine is inadequate. It is not working. So, in terms of what I would like to do creatively, I'd love to work in animation. I'd love to do voice acting. I would love to do character design. I'd like to write for animation, but with a group of people and in an environment where, there's a difference. There's a difference between getting up on a weekend and getting up on a weekday. That would be nice. Basically, I would just like life to work better. And until it's working better, the bucket list, it just doesn't compute, really. I know I would like to travel. I'd like to travel with my kids. I'd like to show them parts of the world. When I was a kid, I went to both Disneyland in California and Disney World in Florida. I got to go to SeaWorld in Florida. I got to do kid stuff that is way out of my price range, stuff I could never even contemplate, experiences I couldn't contemplate providing to my children. My bucket list is just a normal, functioning life. Not normal in that I'm doing something, 8 hours a day that I couldn't give a shit about and getting money for it. I mean, I can be thankful that I don't have that in my life. And I am thankful. But the bucket list is just built on a presupposition that doesn't hold for me. So, sorry to be a bummer. I'll probably take this one down pretty quickly. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.